My neighbor's wife got into an accident, and he asked me to watch his kids. I agreed right away because I thought he was cute, and now, we might be having our own accident at home. So, I'm a 34-year-old woman, and about 7 months ago, I went through a messy breakup with my long-term boyfriend. I ended up moving in with my best friend and her husband in a house we're all renting together. That's when I met my neighbor, who I'll call Kay. He helped us move our stuff into the house, and I was instantly smitten. We live in the suburbs of a major city, so we both end up taking the train into work at the same time each day. I knew Kay had a wife and kids from early on. He talked about them often, and there were pictures of them on his lock screen, social media, etc. But at first, it was just an innocent crush. He's handsome, funny, and sweet. The first time we rode the train together, he asked me about my job and seemed genuinely interested in what I was saying, something my ex never did, and something we fought over a lot. He's always doing things for his kids, like bringing home treats for them and staying on the phone with his older daughter the entire ride to work because she needed a pep talk before a school presentation. It was easy to imagine how lovely and attentive Kay would be with me because he's like that with everyone else. Kay has never said or done anything to imply he has feelings for me, but we've become genuine friends by now because we talk on the train, which is about a 20-minute ride, almost every weekday. I've never had trouble getting the attention of men, and with the basis we have already, I know we could easily become something more. I also learned shortly after developing feelings for him that his wife is someone I went to school with, and I was surprised because they are polar opposites. He's funny, she's dry, he's exciting, she's cautious, he's a little silly, she's very smart intellectually. Looks-wise, this feels mean, but yikes. I just don't think their personalities fit very well together at all, and I can easily see Kay getting stuck in a relationship because he's just so nice. The issue is that yesterday evening, Kay knocked on my door and asked if I could watch his kids for a bit. This was, of course, no trouble, and I said yes right away. He told me that his wife had gotten into a car accident while away on a business trip, and because she's pregnant, he was super worried and had booked the next flight out to go see her. They don't have any family in the state currently, so he asked me to keep an eye on them for a few hours while a family friend drove several hours to watch them at night. Now, here's where the issue came in. These kids were an absolute nightmare to work with. There were 3 girls, and the oldest was your typical bratty preteen multiplied by 1,000. She was rude and didn't respect my authority at all, arguing with me about everything from dinner to who had to clean up to what movies she was allowed to watch. I even heard her call me a mean name under her breath a couple of times. The middle one was rowdy and constantly wanted to play loud, messy games even when I told her no. The youngest was mostly sweet and quiet on her own, but she joined in with whatever drama the middle one wanted to create. It all came to a head when I agreed to play hide and seek with the younger 2 and ended up getting locked out of the house. When I went back and tried to convince the oldest to let me in through the back screen door, she pretended she couldn't hear me and put her headphones in. Thankfully, the family friend arrived a few minutes later and let me in, and then I went home. This makes me sad because before now, I would often dream about being a stepmom to Kay's kids one day because of how highly he would talk about them. Now I want nothing to do with them. But at the same time, this is further proof that Kay and his wife are not happy because children from a happy home do not behave like this. I just want to have a relationship with Kay, but I don't know if it's possible because his kids and I would not get along. And this is even before a potential divorce where their mother could easily get them to hate me. I really love Kay, and I know that we could have a beautiful relationship if I pursued this, but this has really shaken me. I just wish I had someone to talk to about this, but everyone in my life would judge me. Relevant comment. Honestly, it doesn't sound like you love him. You romanticize him and have this fantasy life in your head. In your head, you act like he would drop his wife and run away with you. You justify this belief by saying his children are wild, so it must be an unhappy home. Meanwhile, you completely ignore the fact that his wife is pregnant and he dropped everything to go to her. You say the kids do not respect your authority. It sounds like they barely know you, and suddenly you're in charge. You're not their mother and will never be their mother. You think you will have a beautiful relationship with Kay if you pursued him? No, you wouldn't. He has a family that he clearly loves. Just because he is nice to you doesn't mean he wants you. I encourage you to discuss things with a professional because this isn't healthy. Update 1. How do you know if I love him? Can you read my mind? You can care about someone even if you're not dating them. And just like I don't know if he loves me, you don't know if he doesn't. You only find out when you reach that point. I think he wouldn't just leave everything and go with me. There would be lots of talking and stuff with lawyers and deciding who gets what if he left his wife. And before you say anything, I know there's no sure thing he will do that. But Kay is a good, honest man, and if something did happen between us, he would definitely leave his wife because it wouldn't be right for either of us. He told me he strongly believes in doing what's fair. That's why I'm asking. I know this could be messy if something happened. I just want to know if his kids being difficult would make things worse if it did happen. I want to know if the good stuff would be better than the bad stuff. Editor's note, in this update, there was also a text conversation between Kay and the person writing. Kay says thanks for watching the girls. The person says, of course. Anytime, smile, let me know if there's anything else I can do. Kay sends a thumbs up emoji, then sends another text with a link to the Reddit thread, and Kay asks, is this you? Because if it is, we need to talk. I promise you that I have absolutely no interest in leaving my family for you. I'm sorry if I ever made you think otherwise, but I don't see you as anything more than a neighbor. I don't think we should be friends anymore. The person says, wait. Can I call you? And that's where the update ends.